So, John, we talked about the PlayStation 4 last time for our top 10, and now we've reached the Xbox One. And this pretty much marks the point where Microsoft sort of loses the plot when it comes to making consoles. And it happened towards the end of 360, but it really solidified with the Xbox One. And I'd say, disastrous launch.
Oh yeah, it's a case study, right? I mean, this thing came out. It was more expensive than PS4. It came with a Kinect camera that no one really wanted because we were past that time. Um, and it didn't really have a whole lot going for it. Even technically, like every game was 720p for a while PS4 was 1080p. So it was inferior technically. It was more expensive, and I'd say neither system really launched with a killer library, but
No.
it wasn't flooded with games either. Like this thing launched with Crimson Dragon, which is why I bought it. That's like a spiritual successor to Panzer Dragoon, but it wasn't very good. Had Dead Rising 4, which is pretty weak,
Fine.
and
Yeah.
and I can't remember much else that it came with.
I couldn't tell you. I was at the E3 where that whole thing we talked about last time with the PlayStation 4, how the Sony just uh dunked on him the entire time, and the fact that it didn't need to be always online in order to function. Essentially,
Yeah,
was
they
that another
originally
thing they were
sold it
pushing?
as you had to always be online and that user games wouldn't work. Because you'd have to have an online check, and if you put in a game to your account, it would be there forever. They backtracked that obviously, but that was the
Yeah,
original pitch.
yeah. It did not go well. Like
Oh,
there's a lot of decisions. Well, it's one of those things where you look at the decisions. It's like, okay, I know business wise why you decided that, but why did you think people would be happy with that?
yeah, it was wild. They probably expected everyone was doing that, and then it gave Sony like the easy dunk of just saying like, "Well, we we can let you play used games on your system," which is the most basic thing. But it was suddenly a big advertisement for PlayStation. PS4 had some pretty nasty hurdles too, but
Mm.
people ignored them because Xbox was doing so much worse. Like back on PS3, online was free, and they suddenly made PSN mandatory for playing online. But I think people just didn't really care because there was no other option really.
No other option. Xbox had kind of started. It's like, okay, they give it to us for this long for free.
Yeah,
We get it. You got to run it. You can sort of understand at a certain point why you do it.
yeah,
Ironically, I don't pay for it anymore because I don't do it that much.
the
But
same.
at the time, it made sense, and it's one of those things where Xbox eventually got good games on it, but
Mm.
exclusives, that's where it struggled. That's, I feel
Yeah,
like, even more so than anything else.
no, you're totally right. It has a handful of really great ones. My biggest Xbox One memories are Master Chief Collection. That's a collection of 360 games. So I don't know what that really says for the system.
Yeah, yeah. And I know a lot of people get upset at me because I can't contribute much because I've not played a lot of these games. This might be as worse for Xbox One because I didn't own an Xbox One, and I did not play a lot of the games that came exclusively to Xbox One. Um, my firmest memory, because I knew nobody actually got this system. Nobody I knew had this system. Um, the only way I actually played a little bit of it, and it was only at launch, is I happened to be working at an extra job at a local game store, and they had like a party section set up in the back where you could just have whole lines of games. You could just come in, essentially pay for an hour to play whatever you want from our collection of games that we actually had in store, and there would be parties and stuff, so kids could swap out and play, whatever on those lines of TVs. And of course, we had Xbox One set up. Not really many people came in, but I saw it a few times come in and play it a little bit. It looked like whatever. It
Yeah.
didn't really impress.
I did play a bit of Xbox One. I picked it up before PS4 for whatever reason. I think I was feeling the launch library a little more, but they're pretty much the same.
Mhm.
And so I stuck with it. I felt the disappointments. I felt the better moments. As someone who didn't own one, though, are you aware that discs are on the left side of the case?
What?
It's a freak little thing, yeah. So you open up the DVD Blu-ray case, and you expect the disc on the right. It's on the left. For I don't know why. I don't know what the reason is.
Okay, they just want to be different.
Yeah,
That's all it
it's
comes down to.
crazy.
I, it's going to be interesting to talk about both this and the Series X in the future. That's for sure. Good God. All right. Well, shall we get to it, John?
Let's try it. Let's try it.
All right. Just to break it down, Xbox One had 314 votes total. Not a huge number by any means, but decent enough. With 406 different games being represented. So, I mean, it had a long life. It's just, again, third parties. But why don't we go ahead and find out what our number 10 Xbox One game of all time is? And just to give you a sense of the points, it's at 331 points.
Okay.
For our number 10.
I'm going to guess number 10 is probably a game people have forgotten, but Quantum Break. This was a mix of live action and gameplay. Do you remember that time where Xbox really wanted to do TV stuff and they just kind of shifted out of it? This is kind of a remnant of that, where the TV show was sort of put into the game in cutscenes. I quite liked it, though.
I've heard about that one. I've not seen too much of it. Is this the one that's in the Alan Wake universe?
Yeah, I believe so.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's a weird universe.
Yeah.
Well, as you can tell by me actually talking about it, no, it's not number 10. I think number 10 is going to surprise you.
Okay.
At number 10, Killer Instinct.
That does surprise me.
Yeah. I honestly thought this would be a lot higher.
It should be a lot higher.
It barely squeaked by. It beat out number 11 by 7 points. Like I was starting to sweat a little bit. It's like, no, it feels like Killer Instinct should be here, especially for Xbox One. And the fact that it almost didn't make the list is like, oh God.
No, it's kind of nuts. This is one of the best games on the system. It's very high level play, so I guess maybe it's not for everyone. I'm definitely not a good player at it, but I can respect everything it does. I love all the crossover stuff. Like there's a battle toad in here. The Arbiter is in here. It's just so well made. And it's free as well. You can just play the game for free, get access to other packs and other characters, but it's just so well done, so fast. It's definitely one of the best fighters of the era, and it's probably the best first-party fighter of the era too.
Probably. I mean, it sort of set the standard for how fighting games are done at this point. Like I think most fighting games mostly follow what Killer Instinct does, especially free to play stuff like Grand Blue Fantasy versus I forget the last little word there. It basically follows the same model as Killer Instinct, where it rotates which character you can play for free. You don't get access to the entire roster. You get that one character, but it changes up each week. So if you want to be consistent, you can buy that character or the entire pack and be good to go. But I mean, fortunately, they've re-released it since. Now it's available on PC and Series X, and you can have the entire roster, and it's relatively cheap, I think.
Yeah, it goes on sale a bunch too. Maybe just its exposure is what's kept it so low, because it was Xbox exclusive for a long time before going to PC. And it's a game I hope gets ported in the future, but maybe it's too old to be considered at this point, because it's like a 2015 game or something like that.
This has to be a relatively easy game to just package, and especially because you're not going to do anything with it. It's done. Just slap that thing onto a PS5 disc, onto a Switch 2 cartridge, bam. You're already expanding how many people can actually play it. Because I've not played it. I didn't own an Xbox One. I had no way to play this thing. I haven't picked up the thing on PC. But everything I've seen in this game makes it look really punchy with great music. Love a lot of the DLC characters. Like they have that one that's like based on a like Japanese ghost.
Oh yeah.
Which seems like such a cool original idea.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's just really, really, really well done. I feel like watching YouTube videos of this game doesn't do it justice because YouTube can't keep up with the bit rate of how fast this game is, so it becomes just a big blurry mess. But when seeing it on a big 4K TV, it's glorious. It doesn't matter too much if you're low level. Like you can play through CPU fine, you can play against someone else your skill level just fine. But if you watch videos of pros playing this game, I think you're going to get a really huge respect for everything they built here. And it's
Mhm.
bonkers that there's not been a sequel.
Yeah. The closest we're getting is the team that worked on, I forget whether it was season 1 or season 2 of this, is the ones working on that new Invincible Versus game.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I mean,
So,
that says everything, really. That Xbox probably didn't want to follow this up.
which is dumb.
Yeah.
They have this entire library from Rare and they just don't use it.
Yeah, it's crazy. This is one of the few times where they embraced it. There was a period, like, around Rare Replay, Killer Instinct, where it felt like they were going into the depths, and they did it so well with both of them, and then nothing happened.
Yeah. But yeah, with we got Killer Instinct at number 10. I'm so glad it actually made it in.
Yeah, I guess that's that's the silver lining, I suppose.
Yeah. So, maybe more people will be aware of it at this point.
Yeah.
But yeah, Killer Instinct number 10 with 331 points. So let's go ahead and find out what our number 9 Xbox One game is, beating out Killer Instinct by 23 points.
I'm gonna go with Rise, and I forget is it Son of Rome? Crytek's Roman game.
Mhm. Wait, that was made by Crytek? I
That's made by
didn't
Crytek.
realize.
Yeah, it's
Oh
like one
my
of their
god.
last games they did.
Oh no. I remember that was a launch title, wasn't it? Or
Yeah,
relatively
yeah, that's
close.
and it's still it looks really good. Like, if you look at
Mhm.
screenshots or videos, I think it's still really impressive. It's called Rise Son of Rome, yeah. Yeah, it still
Okay.
looks really impressive. I don't remember ever playing that great, but it was always a technical showcase.
Okay. At number 9, not Rise Son of Rome.
Not Rise Son of Rome.
It feels like an ambitious pick there, honestly. At number 9, instead, Titanfall 2.
Oh, okay. I was thinking Titanfall because it's an exclusive, and then 2 was multi-platform. No, Titanfall 2 is awesome. The campaign gives me like huge Half-Life vibes, actually. It's just like
Oh,
really, really well structured, well made. I didn't actually play the multiplayer of this one much. It was just very much a single player game.
oh, okay. This is one I just sorry, I missed out on.
Mm.
I know that Titanfall 1 was single player multiplayer only, so
Yeah, yeah.
I immediately checked out from that. I don't know if I realized Titanfall 2 had a single player campaign,
I mean,
but
it was so good that I didn't feel the need to explore anything else. And yeah, Titanfall 1 was fine, but Titanfall 2, yeah, it's something really, really special. But yeah, it's kind of it's damaged by the reputation of the first game, which was just kind of fine. But then this
mhm.
one is genuinely fantastic, and it went on to be Apex Legends in the end.
Yeah, it's weird to think about. I was just reading up about this, that Apex
Yeah.
Legends is actually part of the same world, which doesn't seem right. Like like, they don't seem to do that much, but, be that similar, I don't know.
Mm.
But, I mean, the idea that you can get in and out of a mech suit in first person at any time seems to be pretty cool. Like, seems to be some pretty interesting ideas here, and I feel like I missed out on this one.
Yeah. As live audience was saying that it was released around Battlefield and Call of Duty, and there's no surviving that as a first person shooter,
Oh,
especially when
yeah.
Titanfall wasn't a huge IP. But I think over time people have come to discover how good it actually is. But it's very easy to overlook.
Mhm. Yeah, this was done by Respawn, which
Yeah.
was former like the Call of Duty devs, I believe, right?
Right,
Uh,
right, right.
and then they did their own thing, and now I didn't realize they were also the ones that did Jedi Fallen Order and Survivor.
Yeah, very talented studio. Like when I think about modern EA, I don't really think about much. There isn't really an identity there. But these are definitely, one of the studios holding that company up.
Which thank God, because yeah, I it's funny how little I think about EA anymore.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, Plants vs Zombies is coming back at least.
Yeah, there is that. Yeah, apparently according to Press Play Jason, it's pretty cheap nowadays, so probably worth not a bad idea to look into, I guess.
Yeah,
See what it's all about. I know it has a passionate fan base though. I've
yeah,
seen the
for
passion,
sure.
like people like hoping Titanfall 2 makes it into a top 10. So I knew
Good.
I knew that they were going to be excited when this actually made the list. So
Yeah, and now you can
congratulations to
vote.
those fans.
Now you can vote it for one of the best games of all time when that list comes around.
Yeah, there you go. That'll really get people's attention if all of a sudden Titanfall 2 makes the top 10
Number
of that
one.
list. All right, let's go ahead and move on and see what our number 8 Xbox One game of all time is, beating out Titanfall 2 by 12 points.
Okay. This will probably be higher, but I'm gonna say Cuphead.
Cuphead.
This was greatly Xbox associated because it was
Very
exclusive
much
for
so.
like 2 years.
Yeah, very, very much so. All right. At number 8. Well, you definitely got something Xbox associated, but it's not Cuphead. At number 8, Forza Horizon 4.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Understandable.
Forza really took off in I want to say the Xbox One era. It feels like that's
Forza
when people.
Horizon did. I don't know if Forza Motorsport really
Well,
did.
motorsports, yeah, not so much, but Horizon definitely did.
Yeah.
The problem is they've released so many that I'm like, oh god, which one's this?
Mm.
Apparently, this is a environment based on a fictionalized Great Britain.
Yes, correct. Yeah.
So,
I played around with this a bunch before. I missed out on this when it was new. I played it before Horizon 5 came around. Because I just wanted to play a Horizon game to like get what all the fuss was about. And I love it. It's really well detailed. I mean, Horizon games always are, but just zooming around like a little countryside area, taking to the fields, just mowing everything down. It's fantastic. All the Horizon games are, but I think this one has just a really cool vibe. I love like the overcast look of the sky as it comes down on the walls. It's beautiful.
yeah, this one is actually one I do have familiarity with. I think it was this one that I have. It's either this or 5.
Mm.
I can't remember for sure, but I had a friend who did play, and I watched him play it for a while. I was like, no, this actually looks pretty freaking good.
Yeah.
This is another one that if the series came to multi-platform, I'd probably
Well,
pick it up.
Horizon 5 has now.
Oh, has it right? I didn't
Horizon
realize
5 is
Horizon
on
5 was.
PS5. Yeah.
Oh, I missed that. I
Yeah.
haven't been able to play a good arcade racer in a while.
And that's the thing that makes Horizon so special, right? Is that there aren't that many of these anymore. We don't have burnouts. We don't have anything really like this. So we get sim racers like Gran Turismo and regular Forza Motorsport, and they're fine. But you just want to settle down and chill out with a proper arcade race, the one that's just about fun, and that's why Horizon's so great. 'Cause it's really the only one in its field doing it on this level, and they're all fantastic.
Yeah, I heard good things about a more recent Need for Speed, but I forget what it's. There's so many Need for Speeds that I lose track
Yeah.
of which one it actually was. But yeah, it feels right to have a Forza on here for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah, you just you don't have to do the races, you don't have to do objectives. You just put that pedal down and just race around, and that's fun.
It's like Mario Kart World. Think of it
It is.
like that.
It is like Mario Kart World.
With probably more to do.
Yeah.
Let's be honest. Oh goodness, but yeah, I unfortunately I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I don't have much to contribute to this. I'm really relying on John for this one, but I am glad to see Forza Horizon make the list. But yeah, that is our number 8. Let's go ahead and move on to number 7, which beat out Horizon 4 by 1 point.
By 1 point.
By 1 point.
Okay.
It was that close.
I'm gonna say a game that I don't like very much. Halo 5.
Halo 5.
Yeah.
I've not heard good things about Halo 5. All right. At number 7, Red Dead Redemption 2.
Okay. I'm happy it's here.
It didn't make the PS4 list, but it made the Xbox One list. And boy, people are passionate about Red Dead Redemption 2.
Yeah.
I'll put that in there after the Xbox discussion. And kudos to you guys making me more interested to see what this game has to offer.
Yeah, I'll just say it last time, it's very much Steve took his opinion there. We don't all hate Red Dead 2. I think
No,
Red Dead
no,
2 is
no.
great. I do prefer Red Dead 1, but Red Dead 2 is just it's the only only Rockstar can make a game like this, really. It's
Mhm.
so high budget, so high effort, and so much detail in there. But it's also a lot of whimsy, a lot of fun, and
Mhm.
everything's just it's there aren't games like this on this scale. We get a lot of very linear, fantastically portrayed linear games, but putting that in an open world and letting you just explore and do anything is very rare. And it was Rockstar's only game of this era, really, because there's no GTA, so they had all the focus on Red Dead. And yeah, I think it's brilliant.
Yeah. Again, people talk about how much they enjoyed this game does make me interested. And even if the prequels can work, like Steve said, he saw everything coming, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. Like to see how it comes about is it can definitely um give you the details that you need to know. But I think the thing, like I said before, the thing that turned me off from playing the game is that it seems so simish rather than the freeform gamey feel of the original.
Yeah, there is more of that. Yeah, it's more grounded. Um, And yeah, there's preferences to that. I think it works within the game design though. So if you settle down, give it a chance, I think it will click with you. And it's
Mhm.
probably going to come to Switch 2 sooner or later. So hopefully the chance comes
Probably.
up for that.
Um, let's see. Getting some comments here from Alex says, I think Red Dead 2 is one of the best games of all time. I prefer Arthur to John. Arthur's got a brain, and John, well, he's John. You're the
Yeah,
John, you're just John.
true about all Johns to be fair, but yeah,
uh I Dragon says I Red Dead 2 is less good overall than the first, but I can safely say it deserved to be at least on one of the Gen 8s or
yeah,
multi-platform lists. So
I agree.
yeah.
Mm.
Uh good to I knew that I'm ahead on the game on this one. So when people were upset about this, like I knew this was coming. So I'm like, you guys will be fine. But
I'd rather this than Halo 5. So
yeah,
we're not
exactly.
safe. We're not safe yet. It can still happen.
Halo 5, number
Yeah,
1.
we'll see.
We'll see. But yeah, Red Dead Redemption 2 at number 7. Congratulations to those players. If I find time somewhere, I will try to play this one. Just because, again, it means something to me that the first Red Redemption is the only Rockstar game I've ever actually beaten.
Yeah,
Because I never bothered with any of the GTAs, but Red Dead carried me the whole way through. So if 2 can do that for me again, it has my respect.
totally.
And we are not trying to just suck up to you
I genuinely
because
do
we're
love
afraid.
Red Dead 2.
All right. Well, let's go ahead and get to our number 6 Xbox One game of all time. And it's time for a bit of a jump as number 6 beat out Red Dead Redemption 2 by about 180 points.
Okay. Let's go with Sea of Thieves.
Sea of Thieves. All right. It's so weird. I'm used to waiting for debate and stuff. I was like, no, we're just I'm just
No,
going to go with
I
this
can bear with
game.
myself if you want me to, but no.
No, I mean, that's fine. It's also funny. It's like you're not sticking with the same game because sometimes you get stuck on a certain game that you think it's
Yeah,
going to
I'm
be.
gonna try
Yeah,
keep mixing this one up because while there isn't a whole lot of exclusives on Xbox One, there is still a pretty large library because everything was pretty much multi-plat in this era.
yeah, pretty much. That's really when it started happening. But all right, at number 6, Ori and the Will of the Wisps.
Oh, okay. I was hoping that this would be a lot higher, but I guess Ori and the Blind Forest might also appear. Will of the Wisps is fantastic, though. I think both this and Blind Forest are among the most beautiful games of this generation, both
Yeah,
in terms of its visuals and its music. And the biggest downside of Blind Forest is the combat's just kind of there, whereas Will of the Wisps really makes it a lot more intricate. Um, and it's still got the bash ability, which is so iconic, but it just manages to make things feel bigger. You got the little glide leaf, you got all that stuff, um, and yeah, it's just like a grander, more hands-on, iterative take on Ori, and it's great.
I own Will of the Wisps. I have
Mm.
not played Will of the Wisp yet, even though I loved Blind Forest. Will of the Wisp is just, it's like, yeah, this makes sense to get a sequel out there because Blind Forest was like, oh, I kind of want an Xbox. Thank God this is coming to PC, but then it came to Switch and I was like, okay, I'm good. I'm solid on this one. But yeah, just seeing Will of the Wisp, you could just look at trailers and see how much they expanded upon the original, because the original does have its issues. But Will of the Wisp seems to address a lot of those. Just a really solid Metroidvania design. You do start caring about this little guy Ori and what they're all about. So.
And there's a connection between Ori and the owl as well.
Oh, is there? Okay, I had a feeling there would be.
Yeah, it's really emotionally hitting. I think when I reflect on the Ori series, I probably do gravitate to Blind Forest more. That's just because I played it first, though. And doing the same thing twice can be difficult. And Will of the Wisps, it has its own identity, absolutely. But I think the first one still has that spotlight for me. But they are both absolutely brilliant.
Agreed. Absolutely agreed. So, not much more to say about that beyond that. I can't get into details because I haven't played it, but I also know it's really good and absolutely belongs to be here. It deserves to be here.
Yeah, like Metroidvanias are known for their escape sequences, and Ori does them multiple times. Like, especially in Blind Forest, like you finish a dungeon, it's like you got to escape it with that glorious music. It loves the genre. It's so fluid. It's a lot of fun. It's beautiful. There's nothing really to fault about the Ori games.
Not really. Not that I can really think of. So yeah. Ori and the Will of the Wisps at number 6. But let's go ahead and get to our top 5. And John, what beat out Will of the Wisps by going to strip me up a bit by 23 points?
I'm just gonna say Blind Forest.
At number 5, Ori and the Blind Forest.
Yeah, I got one.
Yeah, you finally got one. By the time we get to the top 5, that's when you start usually clicking with what's actually here.
Yeah. Blind Forest is wonderful. I spoke pretty much about it just now. I think it's more of the same of Will of the Wisps. A little less well tailored. The combat's basically, Ori doesn't attack, the little orb does. So there's a lot of floatiness to that combat system. But once you get the bash ability, that's when it really, comes into its own. When the enemies become platforms and their projectiles become platforms, that's when it's great. So Ori's a lot better as a platformer and an exploration game than it is a combat game. But it turns its combat into both of those things, which is where it really thrives.
Yeah. And you were talking about the escape sequences. Those are just a lot of fun. Tough as nails sometimes too, because I die a lot, but it's just enjoyable to try to beat that boss, get out of there. The story was definitely interesting in how it was sort of evolved and went along, and you definitely would make you sad at times as you went through. But there's a lot of debate whether this should be considered indie or not, because Xbox published it, but Xbox publishes a lot of indie games. And again, I remember seeing this at one of the Xbox shows and being like, I got to play this. This looks phenomenal. And so glad I got a chance to do that. And Will of the Wisp is on that list. I got to play at some point, but man, Blind Forest really is something special.
This was around the time where I was feeling quite down about Xbox One, and then this came along. I was like, I think this might be my favorite game of this generation so far. And I felt really good about it. And then more time went on, and nothing really replicated that for a while.
No,
but it was a glimpse of light in a pretty dark time for Xbox.
Very much so. You might say they were blind.
Yes.
All right. Well, let's continue on to our number 4 Xbox One game of all time, beating out Ori and the Blind Forest by about 80 points.
Becomes quite difficult now. I think Halo Master Chief Collection and Rare Replay are in here. Cuphead's probably in here. And I don't actually know what the 4th game is. Maybe Sea of Thieves again. Or maybe just a multi-platform game. I don't know. But I'll keep the train going of indies. So we just had 2 Oris. I'm going to say Cuphead again.
All right. At number 4, on a streak, it's Cuphead.
It's Cuphead. Hard as nails. But the art style is unrivaled. They nailed that so well. There's I've seen other games try and do like a sort of 40s 50s sort of animated style. And so few are able to do it quite on this level. This is so authentic. Every single level and boss is just so well animated. And it's kind of just Contra, but with beautiful visuals, and that's a lovely thing.
Yeah, I mean, it's funny to think that how simple the gameplay is as far as mechanics are involved. I mean, you shoot, you dodge. It's your basic shooter, but that aesthetic and the fact that it is just so tough really does carry it far. You feel accomplished beating these bosses at a certain point, and seeing how some of them are just references to other things that maybe not immediately evident, but then you look into it, it's like, oh geez, that's what they're doing. And you're right, a lot of other games have attempted to replicate that feel, and they don't quite get there because it's just, I mean, just look at how long this game took to come out.
Exactly.
Just so much. I will say though, as time went on, my enjoyment of the game started going a little less and less because it just like got so bogged down. I'm like, oh god, it's just kicking my teeth in just constantly with very little reprieve.
I remember, yeah. It's definitely a very tough game. There's also that parry move as well. I feel like it's one of those games you can master. If you put a lot of time and effort in, it's going to become muscle memory in the end. But yeah, it's tough as nails. But over time, Pete has become this kind of indie phenomenon. He's got his own TV show now. And this was Xbox associated for a very long time. I don't think it came to PC for like a year after. It didn't come to other consoles for like 2 or 3 years after. And I think today it's kind of forgotten. Like people don't really associate this as an Xbox game, but it very much was. Very much was.
It would show up at the shows constantly. You'd be hoping for it. It's like, we're going to give a release date finally or anything like that. Like, when's it coming? And getting to try it out at one of the E3s. I think it was one like around the first time you got to try one of the actual run and gun levels.
Yeah.
And that's not a reprieve. It's still hard.
Still, you think this is a little break from the bosses? Kinda. Not really.
Yeah, not really. In some ways, it's almost harder because you want to get those coins. You can upgrade yourself so you can get better things. And I've not tried the delicious last course. It's again one of those things where I got my teeth kicked in so much. It's like, do I want more of this?
Don't want to come
but
back
I can appreciate what it does.
Yeah, I didn't play the DLC either. One day I will. One day I will. But there was
like something to happen eventually.
There was a long wait for that too, though. You know, it was announced years before it came out, and then at every show was like, "Is this the delicious last course time?" And it finally came, but it took a long time to appear.
Yeah, and I wonder if I can only speak from my perspective, but it seemed like excitement around Cuphead had kind of slowed down by this point. It came out, and the DLC didn't do much to fully revive it. It was still enjoyable, but it wasn't that phenomenon that the original was.
Yeah, we'll see if like a Cuphead 2 or something can respark that. But
yeah I am curious what this team's up to next.
Yeah,
whether they stick with the aesthetic or they try something completely new. Because it did come out in 2017. Holy crap.
That year was packed. So much came out in 2017.
So much. That is unbelievable. Cuphead at number 4 feels very well deserved. Absolutely associated with Xbox. This feels right.
Yeah.
We have reached our top 3. John, what is our number 3 Xbox One game of all time, beating out Cuphead by 57 points?
I really don't know. I think Rare Replay and Master Chief Collection are here. I don't know about the other game. So I'm going to say number 3, Rare Replay.
Number 3, Rare Replay. At number 3, it is not Rare Replay. Instead, It is Sunset Overdrive.
Oh, I blanked on that completely. Yeah.
Yeah.
This one's interesting to look back on because a lot of Spider-Man is in there.
This is one I always was gutted that I couldn't play because I am a massive Insomniac fan. And to have an exclusive on a system that I did not want to buy killed me.
Mm.
But I've also heard kind of mixed things about Sunset Overdrive.
I don't think it tries to be very funny, and I'm not sure that it is.
Yeah, it trying to go to that anarchic humor, and it doesn't.
Yeah.
It seemed to be not try hard, but just not landing.
No, but it is a great game, though. It's got Ratchet and Clank combat, pretty much. You get all these fantastic weapons, but it's done in like a Spider-Man open world. Apart from instead of swinging, you're parkouring around. So a lot of like the wall running and like all of that just found its way into Spider-Man. I think this is kind of that sort of prototype almost for what would become Spider-Man. But you've got a lot of Ratchet and Clank in there as well. I remember there's like a joke about NeoGAF or something in that's the kind of humor it has. Lots of like very on the nose internet humor, but there is a great game in there still.
That's good to hear. Did it ever come to other systems, or is it
I
still
believe
just?
I believe it's on PC. I can't remember if it's on anything else though. Maybe it
Yeah,
is.
it didn't come to PC until 2018.
Yeah, quite late.
So, and nothing else. And I think that probably also stopped me because I don't play a ton of PC games. I'm trying to expand myself more for that so I can see more. But
Press Play to
yeah,
Jason kind of summarized it. He says, "From what I remember, it's basically Infamous but worse." It kind of is, but
oh no,
it's still got some cool flair in there. The art style's nice and vibrant, lots of orange. I think the combat's great, but yeah, I wouldn't say it's like a top 5 Insomniac game, but it is still something worth playing.
I think it helps that it just stands out so much. It has so much
Yeah.
personality. Personality may not work in the narrow, but when you look at the box art or anything like that, it's like, no, this I remember that game.
Yeah, yeah, and it was one of the last games Insomniac did before, being bought by PlayStation, and I remember in Rift Apart, there's a Sunset Overdrive cameo, isn't there? But as part of that gun that spawns things from other universes.
Oh yeah, I believe
Yeah.
that. I think you're right. I forget what the cameo exactly is,
Yeah,
but
so they could bring Sunset Overdrive back if they wanted to.
I have to assume that they own it, but I kind of doubt them.
Yeah.
Between all the other projects they have, I highly doubt
No,
it's
they're busy
gonna
boys.
happen.
Yeah.
Oh man, I just saw that it sold about in the wiki here. It says it sold about 1.9 million units, barely generating any profit for Insomniac.
Oh,
Oof.
Jesus. I mean, Insomniac games don't usually sell crazy outside of Spider-Man. Like, most
No.
Ratchet& and Clanks are around that kind of area. But I think, this one wasn't building off another game, though, was it? It wasn't
Yeah,
like you
it's
just
all
take
new assets and
yeah, you can't just
whatnot.
take the last Ratchet& and Clank and make something else out of it. Yeah, this is probably quite an expensive one. But again, the tech did go towards Spider-Man in the end, so they got their money back.
It kind of worked out.
Yeah.
It very much worked out there. But yeah, I think it reached this high just because it does stand out.
Yeah.
Like it is. You remember Sunset Overdrive. I remember Sunset
Yeah,
Overdrive.
yeah.
All right, we've reached our top 2, and our number 2 game of all time beat out Sunset Overdrive by 23 points. It's actually rather
Okay.
close.
It'd be interesting if neither of the compilation games I'm thinking of are here at all. But I'm going to say Rare Replay again.
Rare Replay. Okay. Well, you are correct in that it is a compilation, but it is
Okay.
not Rare Replay. It is
Oh.
Halo: The Master Chief Collection.
I'm a little surprised if number 1 is Rare Replay, because I feel like Master Chief Collection, it had a bad launch. It came out, you couldn't find a game, even though there's millions of people playing.
Mhm.
But I think this is one of the best compilations ever, really, because you get Halo 1, 2, 3, 4, ODST, Reach, but the big thing about them is the online, which didn't work at launch, but it's fantastic now. You can just play any of them so freely. There's a huge player base both on PC and Xbox. They're all 60 FPS, 4K. They're fantastic, and I still play this a lot. If I'm in a bad mood or something, just put Halo 3 on. You can very easily decide which game you want to play. and it's like it's like the 360 heydays again. You can just play one of them like the best defining games out there. And Halo 2 had a remake, Halo 2 Anniversary. There was
Yeah.
also a beta for Halo 5 back then. There was a TV show preview for Halo 5. For Halo, what's the TV show called? Halo
Nightfall, I think it is.
Nightfall. So there's a lot in it. You get a TV show, you get a beta, you get a bunch of remasters, you get a remake.
I think ODST was added later as like DLC.
ODST and Reach were added later. Yeah, there's a lot of apologies for this game. There's more cool stuff added too. Like before Halo 5 came out, they added so there was a I think Korean PC only Halo game called Halo Online, and they added some maps from that game into Master Chief Collection as part of Halo 3. So they added new maps to Halo 3 in like 2020 or something.
Mhm.
Yeah, there's a lot of cool stuff in there.
I mean, it's a hell of a collection. It basically gets you everything you really need for Halo.
Yeah.
To the point where, yeah, if this gets ported, I'd pick it up.
It's the best Halo. Yeah. Like,
Mhm.
if Infinite comes along, fine, but I'd much rather have Master Chief Collection on other platforms.
Uh-huh.
By far.
Yeah, that would make more sense because it's the games people care about.
Yeah.
Let's be honest. And yeah, I don't think it's going to hit as hard if we get Halo 5.
No, absolutely not. It's just fantastic, though. It's everything put together in great ease. Like, you can party up with your friends and just jump between Halo 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, ODST. So easy to jump back and forth. And if you're an achievement hunter, there's like 7,000 gamer score points or whatever to get in this game.
So much. You'll be at it for a while for sure.
Yeah.
So good luck. But yeah, I mean, it is one of those things where it's I early on I made a rule of like not being compilations count, and this is like
I mean, you can judge this as just Halo 2 Anniversary if you want to, because that's also fantastic. They did all the cutscenes with Blur, the CG studio, and you can still go back and forth between original and remake, but those cutscenes are like amazing. Like, if you haven't seen them, just watch like a compilation of Halo 2 Anniversary's cutscenes on YouTube. They're really, really well done. They did the music again, all the visuals, just all CG in that one. And Halo 2 Anniversary's art style is a lot better than Halo 1 Anniversary's. That they've respected Halo 2 a lot more in there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I recently watched some Call Me Johnny's gameplay channel play Halo 1 Anniversary, and it seemed a little iffy.
Yeah, it looks weird. Yeah,
just a bit, but yeah. There we go. Master Chief Collection at number 2. John, it's time. What is our number 1 Xbox One game of all time? What is the Xbox One? Beating out Master Chief Collection by 142 points.
Well, I'll either be really surprised or just be like, all right, is it Rare Replay?
It is Rare Replay.
Okay. This came out at $30, if you remember. It was 30 games for $30. Do you remember? Right. Do you remember that? Like, it's crazy.
Only vaguely remember that, but my God, that is such a deal.
Yeah, it's kind of, it doesn't mean anything now because Game Pass is how they distribute everything. But back then, it would be nuts not to get this. And it's got all of Rare's history from their microcomputer days to modern. People always say like port Rare Replay to PC, port it to other consoles, and they should. But this is actually the early glimpse of backwards compatibility, which Xbox One didn't launch with. So all the 360 stuff, meaning like Banjo-Kazooie as well, because that's XBLA, was running on their emulator. So you can't really do that because that's all like hardware level stuff.
It would take some extra work in order to get it to port it to other systems, which is a shame because the collection itself is fantastic and really should have been an indicator to Xbox or Microsoft that, hey, people like these other games from these guys.
Yeah.
Maybe give it, because for those who don't know, the collection includes Jetpack, Lunar Jetman, Attic Attack, Saber Wolf, Underworld, Night Lore, Gunfight, Slalom, RC Pro-Am, that's a childhood favorite, Cobra
Mm.
Triangle, Snake Rattle and Roll, Solar Jetman, Digger T-Rock, Battletoads, RC Pro-Am 2, Battletoads Arcade, Killer Instinct Gold, Blast Core, Banjo-Kazooie, Jet Force Gemini, the remaster of Perfect Dark, Banjo Tooie, those are all remasters as well. Conquer's Bad Fur Day, Grab by the Ghoulies, Cameo, Perfect Dark Zero, Viva Pinata, Jetpack Refueled, Viva Pinata, Trouble in Paradise, and Banjo Kazooie Nuts and Bolts. That's a hell of a
It's
collection.
bonkers. Yeah.
And they also have it's an early version of what Digital Eclipse is doing now with its compilations, where it has a lot of behind the scenes documentation on Rare making these games.
Yeah, there's some great documentary stuff. It's worth noting too, this also now includes GoldenEye as well. That was
Is it?
distributed, on NSO, but on Xbox, it's part of Rare Replay.
Oh wow, that's cool.
Yeah. So all the Xbox 360 stuff, including Banjo and Banjo Tooie and Perfect Dark, they're all as they were. But the new ones, like Conker's Bad Fur Day, they're running on like a brand new N64 emulator. So they're not quite the same as Perfect Dark and all that, but they're still great. And it's just fascinating to go through all the history. Like, you can play the games you missed. You can discover some new games. There's a rewind feature. So I beat Battletoads for the first time using this thing.
Oh man.
Yeah. But
That
even
has
if you
to be
only
a weird
care like
feeling.
about even if you only care about like 3 games though, you get your money's worth. If all you care about is
Oh, yeah.
Banjo and Perfect Dark, $30 is that's worth it.
Yeah, it's totally worth it for
Yeah.
those. So it'd be wild if they did Rare Replay, but expanded it for like just for Nintendo to include their Nintendo games as well. A
So
lot of
Diddy
those
Kong
are
Racing
on.
and Star Fox Adventures as well. Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of those are on Switch Online, so it's not as necessary anymore. But it would be funny
Yeah.
to have it that way.
Yeah. And this is about as good as Rare ever really got it in this era. I mean, Sea of Thieves is their best performing game. Like, that shouldn't be understated, but
Mhm.
you'd think after Rare Replay was so big, and caused so much of a fuss, you'd think that would have greenlit at least one of these. I guess Battletoads got a game after this, didn't it?
Yeah, I did get that. So
Yeah. I guess we can't complain then.
How was that? That was pretty good. I think.
It was
Yeah,
all
it
right.
was fine.
Yes.
It was fine. Goodness, but it feels weird because some of these games did make the top 10, but most of them did not. This is as a celebration of a company. I don't feel like it's so bad to have this be at the top of the list.
Yeah.
And it does kind of define the Xbox One for a lot of people. I bet people bought the Xbox One just for this game.
Yeah. I would have preferred to see Halo in this spot, but Rare Replay is fantastic as well. And you look at that list of games and, man, it's hard. It's one of the best compilations ever made.
Yeah.
I so often hear like Sega and Sonic compilations, but Rare Replay, it's the most robust. All the games are treated really well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
I think the only real competition that's happening anymore as far as compilation games, as far as care taken to them, is honestly most recently, whether it's the fighting game collections from Capcom or again Digital Eclipse. Atari 50 might be one of the most like competitive wise as far as what you get. It just depends on whether you want to play those older games.
Yeah, I mean,
but
that's what makes this special, though. It spans all these different eras. A lot of
Mhm.
compilations like here's the NES collection, here's the Super Nintendo collection. This is just everything they've ever done.
Yeah, we're almost getting that with the Mortal Kombat collection.
Yeah,
That's coming, but again, it's funny because you're getting the Game Boy versions too. So there you go. Lucky you. Enjoy your what is it? Mythology Sub-Zero. But yeah, there is our top 10 for the Xbox One. And John, how you feeling about this one?
It's funny to have an Xbox list without Gears of War or an original Halo, but I think that just speaks to what they were doing in that era, where it wasn't that interesting.
Gears failed to make it onto the 360 as well.
That's true, yeah.
It's weird to think that Gears was such a huge thing, and yet it's struggling to get onto the top 10s.
Yeah. I'm feeling pretty good about this, though. I think most of what I wanted was there. Sea of Thieves probably does deserve a bit more respect.
Maybe it'll make it on there for the Series X.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe people associate it more with that since it's a bit more modern.
Maybe, yeah.
But
Because it is Rare's best performing game. It's better than Donkey Kong Country was for them. I think
wow,
I don't know how many it's so I guess Game Pass recontextualizes stuff though. Like, in terms of actual units sold, I don't know what it's actually done, but
yeah,
a lot of players.
hard to say.
Yeah.
God, that did come out in 2018.
Yeah.
Apparently, as of April 20, 2024, Sea of Thieves has attracted more than 40 million players.
Yeah. Yeah, but it's hard to say how many of those people that just downloaded it on Game Pass and tried it versus how many are like dedicated players who bought it. But it doesn't matter, I suppose. That it's a big hit.
Yeah. Let's see. They got more than 1 million players 2 days after it released. Best-selling game in the UK during its first week. I'm trying to get like sales numbers.
Yeah,
Um,
Xbox have not been good at releasing their sales numbers, and maybe that's because that it's not the best results for them.
yeah. Yeah, I mean it just continues to do well. That's really what it comes
Yeah,
down to. As far as numbers, yeah, it's hard to really nail down.
yeah.
Um,
But
but
if I were to revise this list at all, it would just be bumping Killer Instinct up because it shouldn't be that far down.
yeah, I'm shocked it almost didn't make it. Would you care to learn what almost beat it
Sure,
as we
yeah,
get
because
to
it was a
our
pretty small
top
amount,
50?
wasn't it?
Yeah. Once again, Killer Instinct only made it by I believe 7 points. 7 points.
Yeah, very few.
So at number 11, The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt.
Oh, hmm. That didn't make it on PlayStation either, did it?
No, it did not.
Hmm. Yeah, I wouldn't have been surprised to see that here, but I'd rather have Killer Instinct on the list, though.
hmm Yeah, I think I would too. I mean, Witcher 3 probably definitely deserves its flowers. I've heard nothing but good things,
Yeah.
but I- we haven't gotten a ton of fighting game representation, so it
No,
feels
no,
good to have
no.
that.
Witcher should get its representation on a multi-platform or PC list, because it is
Yeah,
great,
it
but
has multiple chances left. I'm sure it'll make it on one of those.
yeah.
Theoretically, usually if you see a certain game sniffing around the top 10, in one case, multi-platform is where it gets the chance to really
Totally.
show its stuff. But we'll see. Number 12, certainly a bit of a drop off by about 40 points, but doesn't matter at this point. Number 12, Psychonauts 2.
Oh, I do see this as a Series X game more, so I'm hoping it
Mm,
shows up there, because this was like year 2, year 1 of Series X, but it's fantastic, though.
I want to play it.
Yeah.
I've not had the chance, but it just, I love Psychonauts 1, so I just add it to the list, throw it on
Yeah.
the backlog.
Yeah, a lot of really great levels in there, and I'm sure we're gonna talk about it again, so I won't say too much now, but yeah,
Yeah.
hopefully this is on Series X.
hmm Number 13, Forza Horizon 3.
Mm. Yes, I started with 4. I'm not entirely sure which one this was, but I'm sure it's just as good as the other Horizons.
Yeah, I'm sure. Let's see. Forza Horizon 3, where was it focused around? Fictional Australia.
That sounds cool.
So there you go. Enjoy the outback. Watch out for the ruse. So very cool. Number 14, Doom 2016.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, we
That was,
had this for around the same point on PlayStation, I believe.
I think so. I
Yeah.
think so.
Yeah, and as I said there, as time's gone on, I think I've come to appreciate this more than Eternal, because it paces itself better.
Mhm.
Eternal can get a bit exhausting, whereas this one I think has more of a consistent vibe to it, and I love just the juggle of being low on ammo and just having to get close to enemies and melee them and get ammo back. It's like
Oh,
offense is a resource.
yeah, it's so rewarding to just get in there and
Yeah,
literally rip and tear. I need to play more of it. I fell into a trap when it came to Doom 2016, where everybody was like, I saw like somebody was like, you need to play it on the harder difficulty to get a real appreciation of it. So I'm like, all right, I'll try that. And then I was struggling too much, and it was like, fell away from it. I should have just went, no, need to go ham mode where I can just unleash.
Yeah, I think it's fine on any difficulty. It's still fun.
Mm-hmm. I'd probably just better for the harder ones on a second playthrough, not first. Number 15, Gears 5.
Gears 5, okay.
Only lost to Doom by 1 point, by the way. So it was getting up there.
So I was on board with Gears for the original trilogy, and I think I was fine after that. I just kind of dropped off. I have heard Gears 5 is good, but I didn't care to try it.
Yeah, I started dealing with the kids or something like that. It felt like it's one of those things where you got a solid conclusion with the original trilogy, as far as I am aware. And then you got to find a way to do the sequel, and it's like, how do you go from that point? It's tough. It's tough.
Yeah, I'm sure it's great. People say it's great. I don't think I care. I don't think I care anymore.
Yeah. poor Gears.
Yeah.
Poor Gears. Did we ever get a Gears 6? Is that a thing?
We've got E-Day coming, haven't we?
Oh, right. That's Gears 6. Okay.
Yeah.
That's bringing back Marcus, right?
That's like a prequel to the first game.
Oh, okay. So, God, heaven help us if Gears 5 ended on a cliffhanger.
Yeah.
Number 16, Sea of Thieves.
There it is. There it is. So I'm not a huge Sea of Thieves guy. I played it for a bit. I just know it's a huge community. And what I played, I did like. I think it's a social game though, and I don't really have the time to just dedicate myself to one game like that with a group because time's of the essence.
Yeah.
But if you've got the time and a group of friends, I'm sure this is phenomenal.
I lended our son Chase got interested in like ship games for a bit, and so I said, hey, you should try out I have Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag, try this out. And he loved it. Loved especially the ship parts. So I'm like, there is this Sea of Thieves game. I showed him a trailer for it, and he decided to pick it up, and boy, he was addicted to that for a while. He doesn't play it as consistently because he hops between games, but he really did enjoy playing through Sea of Thieves and doing all the little adventures and raiding other players and everything else. So I can see the addiction of it.
Yeah, this is on PS5 now as well, and I think if it's a Switch 2 game, actually, I might play it like that because I can imagine just lounging on the couch, with a group of friends playing Sea of Thieves, like a nice commitment-free way of playing. I think that would work.
Yeah, I think so. I can see that working quite well. That's why I'm curious about Final Fantasy 14 making it to Switch 2.
Totally,
we'll see. Number 17, Halo 5 Guardians.
There it is. I think this is kind of a bad game.
I never really played it. I know you don't play as Master Chief. I know this continues the whole Cortana going crazy thing.
Yeah.
And I also know it didn't have couch co-op, which broke the streak that my friend and I went on, where we played through every single Halo game up to that point, up to 4, in couch co-op. And we couldn't do that with 5, and we were pissed.
No, yeah. So you can play as Master Chief in parts of the game. It does the Halo 2 thing where it introduces a second character, and there's Agent Locke. He's the new guy. And you spend maybe 80% of the time with him and like 20% with Chief. And I think to its credit, it didn't just do Halo 4 again. They found its own style rather than trying to be a mix of like Halo and Call of Duty. And there are people that swear by the multiplayer. Okay. I've given it a chance with multiplayer. I think the mechanics just aren't what I want from Halo. And then the story's just a total mess. But they bring Arbiter back. They bring lots of like pivotal Halo things back into the story, but there's no logic to any of it. It's just done so poorly paced. And I don't think they knew what the story was because there were ads where it was like, Chief versus Locke. Chief's on the run from, the UNSC. And none of that's in the game really. So I think there was a story that they were meant to tell, and then it just got scrapped last minute or something. But it was so badly done. It's a wreck of a game.
Oh, that's unfortunate. Not surprised, but also just unfortunate.
Yeah, they bounced back with Infinite. Infinite's a lot better than 5 was, but even Infinite's got its problems.
Right. Number 18, Quantum Break.
I think Quantum Break's good.
it's up there. I
Yeah.
mean, 10 probably seems like a pretty decent place to put it. When you look at the other ones that were ahead of it, it makes sense. But Quantum Break at least stands out as something different.
Yeah. Quantum Break was really fun. Lots of like time mechanics in there as well. Yeah, very well done.
Yeah. At number 19, Grand Theft Auto 5.
Yeah. This has been on a few lists in this sort of place, hasn't it?
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
so. Has it? I can't remember if it made a top 10 or not. It's been, oh
I
gosh,
don't think it
it
has. I don't think it
blends
has.
together after a while.
Yeah.
Can't, I can't remember.
Mm.
At number 20, Resident Evil 2, the remake.
Yeah. I think this was a similar place on PS4 as well, wasn't it?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think so. Brilliant. That's really all you need to say. Number 21, Devil May Cry 5. Again,
Oh,
think of a
yeah.
similar place on PS4. Love this game to death.
Hopefully, multi-platform showed these two a lot more love.
That'd be nice. That'd be nice. Number 22, Near Automata.
Yeah, also brilliant. This is how I first played it, actually. I played it on Game Pass originally,
Oh,
and
really?
then I bought it on PS4.
Yeah, it kind of shows how much more Automata is associated with the PS4 than the
Yeah.
Xbox One based on this showing. So yeah. 23, Minecraft Xbox One edition.
Yeah, the best
mean,
one.
Yeah. Minecraft just keeps showing up. So there it is.
Yeah.
And then we have a tie for number 24 between Sonic Mania Plus and Rise of the Tomb Raider.
Oh, Rise of the Tomb Raider is good. I go back and forth about whether I like that survival trilogy that much. I like the first one quite a lot, and I like the second one a lot too.
I love the first two. I have the third one, but I've not played it yet.
I think things were running a bit dry by Shadow of the Tomb Raider.
Yeah, usually it seems like it, but Rise was a good time.
Yeah, Rise and it was exclusive for a little bit.
I think so, yeah.
It was like a year or something, which is it felt strange because Tomb Raider is like a PlayStation franchise by association. Yeah,
I think I waited until it came to PlayStation.
Yeah, that's fair. There was a 360 version too, which was quite good.
Oh, really?
Yeah. There were a few Xbox One games like that. Titanfall 1 also had a 360 version, which I also think was quite good.
Oh, okay. I don't think I realized.
Yeah.
Number 26, Fallout 4.
Yeah. I'm not the biggest fan of Fallout 4. I think people are. It got a big spike when the series came out. I could never get into this one. There's something the vibes felt off to me.
You're not the first one I've heard that from. It's like they changed a few too many things. I think people really wanted more of what New Vegas brought to the table, and well, it wasn't. Oh gosh, I'm blanking on the team name, but
Obsidian.
Obsidian. Yeah, it wasn't Obsidian, so of course it's not gonna be the same. So
yeah,
sorry. 27, Sekiro Shadows Die Twice.
I think we also had this on the PS4 list.
Yeah, not quite making it, but
I am surprised this is the highest rated Souls game on Xbox, though, because Dark Souls 3 and Elden Ring are also potential ones. Yeah, it's quite surprising.
Yeah, I didn't even think about that, but that is a good point.
Is it first party now because it's Activision?
I don't know. I get that. Oh man. Kinda.
Yeah, I guess so.
So Microsoft got Sekiro and PlayStation got Bloodborne. Neither of them doing anything with them.
Yeah.
Of course.
I'm not sure actually. The Game Awards had that animated Sekiro series announced.
Oh yeah, that
doesn't look that great, but it's happening.
I heard that I have not looked into it too much because I've not played Sekiro, so I don't really care about the anime. But I also heard that it might have a bit of AI in it, so it's like already poisoning it.
I was gonna say it looked a little. I don't know if it looked AI, but it didn't look that impressive though.
Not especially. 28, Batman Arkham Knight.
Yeah, I think this is another one where it was running a little bit dry because we had a bunch of Arkham games, with Asylum City, Origins. It's a good game, but I think at the time I was probably Batmaned out.
Yeah, I wanted to see how it ended and enjoyed it for what it was. I didn't agree with every story decision, but I think it was still fun. I did everything, but I also don't feel a need to revisit that anytime soon. 29, Metal Gear Solid 5, The Phantom Pain.
Yeah, I mean, we talked about this one. There's going to be a lot of overlap here.
Yeah,
I,
there
I
is.
I love Ground Zeroes. I think those mechanics are fantastic in that little sandbox, and I didn't love making it bigger in the Phantom Pain. I've seen really impressive clips of people just being really imaginative, but yeah, I couldn't click with the scope of this one.
That's fair. Number 30, Dead Rising 3.
Yeah,
This was trying to be fun, but it was sort of the shift to the more realistic. Like you'd think Dead Rising 3 would click, but it didn't really for people.
I've not really clicked with the Dead Rising other than the first one, to be honest.
That's fair.
Yeah, there's good Dead Risings out there, but that first one just it really the time system and the goofiness was at the peak there, and they're always afraid to do the time thing, the time pressure for some reason.
2 seemed to be a pretty decent follow up, but yeah, a different type of time pressure on that one.
Yeah,
But 3, I don't know what 3 did. I think it just got rid of the time pressure and it was just sort of standard at
I
that
think
point.
that's it. Yeah,
31, Gears of War 4.
I'm sure it was another Gears.
Was this one you're playing as Phoenix's son, right?
I think so. I think so.
Or
I'm
something like
out of
that.
touch. I might play E-Day to get back in, but I felt no need in this era.
Yeah. You play the son of Marcus Phoenix, and takes place 25 years later. So there you go. It was a decent attempt. I think 5. Well, obviously 5 is held in a bit better regard because I think they focused on a different character for that one, who ended up being a bit more interesting. But also, yeah. Either way,
We don't really know, and live audience is silent, so no one knows.
Nobody knows. 32, Yakuza 0.
Cool. Yeah. This is just a repeat of the PS4 list, man.
I
In all
mean,
the same places.
kinda. 30, a tie for 33 between Halo Infinite and Kingdom Hearts 3. What a
Oh,
combo.
I forgot Infinite was an Xbox One as well. Yeah.
I had to double check, but yeah, it was.
Yeah.
And talk about came and went.
Yeah. I mean, Infinite had its time. It was heralded as quite a good game for a while, but I think you just kind of the strength of like the original Halos is you get everything on a disc, right? It doesn't need to be expanded, and Halo Infinite was meant to be a live service game that constantly expanded, and it didn't really. But even by its own merits, it should thrive by what's content complete, and it didn't. It fizzled out.
Yeah, I guess pretty much it seems.
Yeah.
I haven't heard about any updates for that game in a while.
They did them for a while, but they canceled the campaign stuff that they promised. Because the campaign ends on a cliffhanger again.
Of course.
Yeah.
They just don't learn their lesson.
No.
But apparently they updated it and it somehow got worse with each update, apparently due to a lot of contract workers.
Yeah, I think everyone involved in that game was just done. They just wanted it out there, wanted to move on.
Yeah.
And it's not bad. Like the core is good. You can have fun with Infinite, but you know, it didn't have it in it for long term.
Nope. Let's see. And Kingdom Hearts 3 is Kingdom Hearts 3, but obviously a lot of people don't associate that with the Xbox, so that makes sense to me. 34, Forza Horizon 2.
Man, okay. Forza Horizon just running with it. Yeah.
Yeah, we're just running down the list. How those are. Let's see. What was Horizon? Where was Horizon 2 at? That was in southern France and northern Italy.
That sounds like a cool setting.
I can see that being fun.
Yeah.
Pretty cool place. Let's see. 35, Doom Eternal.
Yeah. It's also really good. I do think this is more exhausting. There's a lot more mechanics. Like, you got to pay attention to like your shoulder cannon and all that. But if you do get into a flow of things just clicking and not really thinking about it, and that's when it's at its best. But
and I have heard from a few people that they do prefer Eternal over 2016.
Yeah,
so
I'm sure people are out there.
It's a flavor thing. 36, Yakuza Like a Dragon.
Yeah, I mean, this was like a Series X launch title, if I remember, and it's
I think
exclusive to
so.
Xbox for a while.
Yeah, it might be. I can't remember,
Yeah,
but something like that. But yeah, nice new entry point for people with for Yakuza, so makes
yeah,
sense. 37 Monster Hunter World plus
hmm
Iceborne expansion.
yeah.
So I'm still waiting to see if Monster Hunter will eventually make it onto a list, but it's
I'm
looking
kind of
less
doubtful.
likely as
Even
time
on the
goes on.
multi-platform list, I think there's a bit too much that might knock it off.
Yeah, a bit too much competition.
Yeah,
To see. 38 Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order.
yeah. So many repeats.
So many repeats. Speaking of 39, Dragon Quest 11S, Echoes of Elusive Age, Definitive Edition,
Yeah.
yada yada.
It's
So,
nice to have another place to play it.
yep. Number 40, Celeste.
Mhm.
So, decent showing there. 40, also tied at 40, excuse me. Resident Evil 7 Biohazard.
This it probably won't change much in the multi-platforms, but I feel like this should have a much better showing than it's getting.
You'd
Yeah.
think. That's interesting there. 42, Crash Bandicoot 4, It's About Time.
Really, really good. Yeah.
Yeah. Tied at 43, Control and Pentiment.
Oh, okay. So we do have a first party though with Pentiment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's another Obsidian game.
Yeah.
It looked interesting. I just haven't, again, time. Haven't had a chance to play it, but it looked interesting. And I do want to check out Control. I think it's one of those I want to play before I get to uh Alan Wake 2, just because they say it's in the same
Sure.
area and there's references to it and whatnot.
Yeah.
So we'll see. At excuse me, it was a three-way tie.
Oh.
Control, Pentiment, and Forza Horizon 5.
Yeah. Oh man.
Which this one represents Mexico.
Yeah, this is a really cool one. I forget it's an Xbox One though. I associate it with Series X, but I think a lot of stuff I associate with Series X is also last gen.
Yeah. At 46, Recore.
Recore. I wanted to love this one because they kept advertising it from like, the creators of Metroid Prime, um, and it's a cool aesthetic, cool idea. I didn't have that much fun with it though. I ran into a couple of weird glitches too.
It's a Metroidvania as well.
Mm,
Like you
yeah,
don't get a lot of 3D Metroidvanias, but it's also a Inafune joint since like
yeah. Press Play to Jason says it's one of the best 6 out of 10s you've ever played. I should give it another chance then.
it might be interesting to
Yeah.
reevaluate it. 47 Inside.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Neat little indie from the same guys as
Limbo.
Limbo.
Yeah.
48 Crash Team Racing Nitro Fueled.
hmm Fantastic.
Yep, very good. And then we have a tie for 49. So here's our 49-50, just in the same spot. Final Fantasy 15 and Dragon Ball Fighters.
Yeah, it was quite a boring no, 11 to 50 really, wasn't it? Like we had a lot of the big Xbox One games in the top 10, then it kind of fizzled out.
And then you kind of have a few spread out throughout, but then it was just
Yeah.
multi-platform, and you could get it on PS4. And I think that kind of helps define the Xbox One.
Yeah. There's two cool things they did after the launch. First one was backwards compatibility. Like playing all your 360 games with higher performance, especially on like One X. And also the One X was cool. Like it was more powerful than a PS4 Pro. And then Game Pass, which was cool to begin with, but has shown its limits in what it can do for the industry and what the industry can do for it down the line. Like I was really into Game Pass when it first started. Now I don't subscribe to it. I
Yeah,
think
I'm not
it's more
subscribing. I mean,
damaging.
there's a lot of reasons not to support Microsoft right now.
Yeah,
So
totally. Yeah, but I think as time's gone on, it's proven to be more of a damage than it is a pro.
yeah, it definitely seemed to be a crux
Yeah.
for Xbox, where they you see why they want to support it, but there's no reason to keep supporting it now. I
Yeah.
think people realized.
And there's
So,
no real metric for supporting games because an Xbox game comes out and the sales are like, oh, it's terrible. That's because no one's buying it. You know, everyone's
yeah.
just playing on Game Pass, and then Game Pass numbers aren't going up. So
Mhm.
what metric do you have for success? I don't know. Close a studio though.
Yeah, we'll just keep closing them. It'll be fine.
Yeah.
It'll be fine. But yeah, as Press Play to Jason says, this list was a bit of a dry one, but that was to be expected. I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
We'll see if Series X makes it any more interesting. We'll find out. But I think a lot of these games that were farther down for Xbox and didn't quite make it on PS4 probably get a better showing when we get to multi-platform. But
Yeah.
that's
Did they remove this feature or not? I know it launched with it. Originally, Xbox One had a pin feature where you could pin other windows to the game you were playing, which I always felt was a bit pointless, but you could like put
yeah.
your internet browser pinned to one, like Windows, I suppose. I never
Hmm.
really found a use for it, but is that
I mean, I
still
guess if
there?
you want to bring up a guide, is the
I
only thing I could
guess.
think of, but that's about it.
Just use your phone though, wouldn't you?
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah.
That's a lot of the cases. Huh. But I don't know. Should be interesting as we go forward though, because next time we finally reached it. The Switch.
Yes.
We are finally
That'll
going to
be
talk.
an actually interesting list.
Yes, it will be. Good luck. The votes are in on that one. As of this week, that's the poll that should be available is actually going to be 2010s to the 2010 to present PC. I decided not to, because of the multi-platform nature and how everything's just on everything else. I decided to just like say screw it. Not going to have a 2020 to present PC, unlike indies. So we're just going 2010 till present for the PC for that list. So keep an look on the our notifications. The about page. What's it called? What's that page called, John? We write things out to people and they can. That's how we communicate.
Pa-
Um,
Are you thinking
what?
Patreon?
No, not on Patreon. It's like I do a post every week on. Yeah, it's just a post. It's just a
It's just
post.
post. Okay. All right.
Okay. Jeez. Oh my god, losing my freaking mind. Thank you, Xbox. I'm blaming Xbox.
Yeah.
I'm
God
blaming.
damn it, Phil.
It's all Phil's fault. But yeah, we have Switch next time. And honestly, the next three I'm pretty excited about because it's Switch, 2010's Indies, which might be even more competitive than the Switch.
Yeah.
And then our Gen 8 multi-platform, which is Wii U, which is kind of just an also ran, but PS4, Xbox One, Switch.
Yes.
See what makes that list. So should be quite interesting. Community tab. Thank you, Natalie. Oh my god.
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll see what happens with all of those. But thank you so much for watching. And if you enjoyed the video, please consider subscribing to GVG, hitting the like button, and ringing that bell. We also have a Patreon at patreon.com/GVGaming with plenty of extra perks. So until next time, for the Switch, bye.